Trust the Profits. It is the formula here, giving you my version of the San Felipe Stakes coming to you on Saturday, March 1st, 2025 at Santa Anita Park. We've got 3 graded stakes, Kentucky Derby prep races this weekend. I've talked through 2. Everyone at Trust the Profits. We've got all sorts of previews that Colin and Sean and Tim have been doing as well. So between the 4 of us, you're getting loads of opinions on these races, and I hope they help you through what's going to be a very interesting Saturday. There's definitely going to be some changes coming out. I can imagine coming out of these races, some great matchups coming out, especially the San Felipe Stakes. I mean, yes, I will dog the San Felipe Stakes. I will dog a lot of these California prep races because the fields are so small. But at the same time, historically, you look at these races, and there are some great horses that come out of this, right? A lot of these horses, maybe they don't get the challenge that you would get in the Risen Star with a field of 12 and maybe some sloppy dirt. But at the end of the day, right, it's the horse that matters, right? And we use a lot of these metrics to judge the horses. We look at, hey, what kind of races have they run? What kind of competition? What kind of distance? How many were in the field? Can they take the Derby 20? Um, but yeah, at the end of the day, it really does come down to the horse, and you do get some really good ones coming out of here. Let's take a look at that, right? Let's look historically. Okay, last year, not so much. Imagination got a 107 Equibase figure, and that stacks up pretty close to a lot of the figures that you've seen historically, like Practical Move the year before, a 110, Life is Good, a 115. So yeah, he's lower than those two, but not by a whole lot, right? It's not like he was horrible, but he ran a 144.55. You look at that straight time and you think, okay, yeah, he's a cut below, I would say. Speed fingers sometimes can be deceiving. Sometimes you have to look past them. They're a great tool. They're a great tool, but it's not the best way, in my opinion, to say this is my final decision. This is the end all be all. There's a lot of factors that go into this. Speed figures are a great way of giving you at least a starting point, right? But anyway, digging deeper into this, Imagination beating Wind Me Up and McVeigh last year. Not the greatest competition, but other years, right? Practical Move beat Go Rocket Ride and Skinner the year before. Forbidden Kingdom with Doppelganger and Happy Jack. Life is Good. Get this. Life is Good beating Medina Spirit and Dream Shake. I mean, that was a pretty solid San Felipe right there. Life is Good, obviously. A BC winner, BC Dirt Mile winner. Authentic the year before that, beating Honor AP and Storm the Court. So you can see, even if it's not the winner, you get a lot of extremely good, talented horses coming out of this race here. And look at that cluster in the middle there: Practical Move, Forbidden Kingdom, Life is Good. Now, unfortunately, injuries stopped them from going into the Derby. These were horses geared towards the Derby. These are horses that, I mean, I had Life is Good at the top of my list. I had Forbidden Kingdom probably in my top 3. Practical Move, I want to say I had him top 3 or top 4 that year. So the horses that come out of this are usually going to be horses we got pretty high on our list. Authentic, I didn't have him in the top. I should have had him pretty high, but that was the year of, I want to say, Charlatan and Nadal, if I'm not mistaken. And there were loads of Baffert horses coming out of that barn that were, I won't say dropping like flies, but there were definitely some injury issues, and Authentic came out of it and was all the better for it. So even with small fields, you can see some pretty spectacular horses coming out of this race. Moving on. 6 horses. Yeah, it's a G2 300K. It's going to be March 1st, 2025 at Santa Anita. 8.5 furlongs. That is 1 1/16 mile on dirt. Half of these horses, 3, were trained by a man named Bob Baffert. That could come into play. Let's take a look at this. Starting with the first Bob Baffert horse, but probably third in our hearts, Mellencamp. Has yet to win 4 races. Second place in his last maiden special at Santa Anita, going a mile there, I believe. Yeah, a mile. 2 lengths off the pace, but falling behind Baeza by 4 3/4 lengths by the finish. Did run in the Los Alamitos Futurity, but was last place by 16 lengths in that one. We've got Mike Smith on the mount here for Mellencamp. This one's going to go quick, guys. I'm going to stretch this out if I can. Do you like John Cougar Mellencamp? Journalism. 2 wins, 3rd place in 3 races. Winner, Los Alamitos Futurity. The race we just talked about with Mellencamp, 8.5 furlongs, stuck in the pace early, taking over at the 3.5 length taking over for a 3.5 length win over Getaway Car and Gaming, dropping a 143.04 there, getting pretty darn close to 142. Yes, I'm talking to you, comment section, who thinks he can't get below 143. Winner before that of a 1 mile maiden special at Del Mar, starting off 3 lengths off the pace there, but closing, beating rank by 2.5 lengths in that one. Michael McCarthy, the trainer, Umberto Rispoli, and Curlin, the sire. Barnes. All right. People gonna lose their minds over Barnes. Like, oh my God, it's Barnes. Anyway, 2 wins in 2 races. Okay, I get it. He's won both his races, including the San Vicente, pushing the pace early on, taking over to beat Romanesque by 5.5 lengths in 7 furlongs. I get it. Barnes, impressive. He's got a win there. Broke his maiden first time out at Churchill Darns. Darns? Churchill Downs. Beating Innovator in that one by a head. Yeah, this was Bob Baffert's statement race. He's like, "You're gonna let me back into Churchill Downs?" Downs? Churchill Downs? I said it right that time. I didn't say Darns. Darns, Barnes, Downs. I got it now. Um, that was a statement. Says, "You wanna let me back in? Here, have this horse. Boom. Win. Maiden special. Showing the field who's boss." Yeah, this is a Bob Baffert into mischief horse and looking pretty darn good. Stretching out. This is going to be his longest race to date. He's stretching out, 1.5 more furlongs than he's gone in the past. So we're going to see if he's got the distance, but I mean, into mischief. The record's there for into mischief, right? The record stands. Rodriguez. This is the second Baffert horse, but one that I am starting to really come around on. Second at the Robert Lewis, stalking the pace set by Citizen Bull, but falling behind for the finish. 3 3/4 lengths behind Citizen Bull in that one. Citizen Bull still number one on my power rankings. That's a formula perspective there. A lot of guys around here like Burnham Square. I still got Citizen Bull number one until I see otherwise. Winner, maiden special at Santa Anita, going gate to wire for a 7 length victory. 7 length victory over Beza. So we got Bob Baffert, we got Flavian Pratt. Woo! Got Authentic as the sire. Authentic, we know what he's done in the past. We're talking Rodriguez here. Yeah. Smooth cruising. 1 win in 2 starts. Fourth place at the San Vicente, starting 3 lengths behind the pace there, finishing 8 lengths behind Barnes. Okay. Broke his maiden first time out. Santa Anita, a 6 furlong maiden special. Starting 2 lengths off the pace there, closing to beat Mellencamp by half a length. Also beat Journalism in that race. I believe that was Journalism's first attempt to break his maiden. Yeah, there we go. Smooth cruising. How about that? And Berlin Wall. 1 win, 1/3 place in 2 races. Broke his maiden second time out, going 6 furlongs at Santa Anita. 4 lengths off the pace early on, but then closed. Losing to Roman Gratis by Roman Gratis. Gratis. Am I giving a French pronunciation? Roman Gratis by 1.5 length. But hold on just a second. He got his win because of a DQ there. So yes, Berlin Wall did get a win. Did not finish nose above anyone else, but still got a win due to the DQ there. So where are we at here? Like I said, we're stretching it out. Is that all 6? That is all 6. Guys, don't lose your freaking minds because I have Journalism beating Barnes. That's right. I do like Journalism better. I've been on the Journalism train for a while. He's run the distance before. I do like the time. I like the 143, cutting it very close to 142. Barnes, I got to see if you're special or not. Based on the race time so far, good, but he's not lighting the world on fire. He's not Nyquist. He's an extremely solid horse. I do think people are getting on the hype train. I am backing a step off the hype train. He is my second horse in this race. I do like Rodriguez a lot. He's my third horse. I'm not going to give you a safe play, a value play. I don't think there's value to be had in this race. I think this is going to go to chalk. It's just which chalk is it going to be? Is it the horse that's 9-5 or is it the horse that's 6-5, right? It's going to be something like that. Rodriguez, I think, gets third here. Journalism, Barnes, Rodriguez. The comment section is going to be on fire after I post this, most likely. We'll see. we'll see what happens. But anyway, that is my perspective on it. I hope to hear your guys' perspective in the comment section, on the street, on Twitter, whatever you want to do. And have a good day.